Another great year of results for Ascension. We've just closed our financial year end 31 August 2016. Before I start, I think important to mention that the financial year end has been changed to match that of Rebosis Property Fund. Ascension is now part of the group, and as a result we needed to align the reporting year ends to match that of the group. For comparative purposes, the information I'll be sharing with you today is based on the last full 12-month comparative period that we had. Obviously, with 31 August being a recent change, 30th of June 2015 was the full 12-month reporting period that we had that we could provide comparative information against. So some of the key highlights, like I said, a fantastic year for the fund. Just A-share growth was 5.9%. Why 5.9%? As the A-shares are generally entitled to a 5% annual growth year on year. Because of the financial year-end change, the A-share is entitled to the growth at 30th of June, which matches the old financial period based on the original MI of the company. So we do have a bit of a disparity in that the last 2 months, July and August, had escalated on the new 5% growth value. So obviously a nice kicker for the A shareholder, but that results in a 5.9% year-on-year growth. The residual distribution outside of the A shares then is entitled to the B shareholder. B share growth was 8.8%. So again, fantastic performance by the fund. I think important to note that if it was 5% growth year on year for A shares, the B share would have actually grown by 10%. So I think just it's sterling performance that's as a result of the underlying performance of the portfolio. Really, really strong, resilient portfolio despite tough economic conditions. Some other key highlights: our loan-to-value position on our balance sheet has come down quite nicely, 36.8%. I'm sure people would remember that when we took over the fund, it was at around 40% LTV. So, our objective as management is to try and bring that down. Another highlight on that is we've just disposed of 3 assets, with those disposals being accounted for, and it's been publicly announced recently. The LTV comes into 33%. So again, remarkable achievement by management and the fund. Vacancy is probably one of my biggest highlights. When we took over the fund, it was about 23%. As of prior reporting period, this was 11% true vacancies, about 6.8% with the head lease that was included. Currently, 4.8%. So I think full testament and praise must be given to our asset management team in driving vacancies down. Every vacancy we fill is more money for the shareholder. I think also importantly to note that on the vacancies, there was a vacancy, unfortunately, that came to fruition in the last month of the reporting period. Post office, which was one of the first post offices in the country in Grand Central building, decided to halve their space. So that vacancy coming in now shot it up to 4.8. It would have been 3.5. So I think that's really the true testament of what vacancies have done for the portfolio. 2 other quick things. Our asset value, assets under management, has grown to 4.2 billion, so 400 million rand uptick based on independent valuations. Ascension's now followed the group policy based on Rebosis to have independent valuations done at interims and at annuals. And then lastly, our cost to income ratio, again, very strong cost containment by management and the team, now at 8.6%. From 9.7% last year. So I think overall, if I could just sort of sum it all up, I think all around fantastic results for the fund. One big key change I think I need to share with people out there is that we put out an announcement about a week and a half ago. Rebosis and Ascension have got joint firm intention for Rebosis to acquire the balance of the A shares that it doesn't own. It owns 9% at the moment. It owns 100% of the Bs. So what does that mean? If the transaction is successful, Rebosis then acquires the 100%. It originally set out about a year ago to do. The big shareholder on the A share register, which owns over 60%, with Rebosis recusing itself out of the 9% it owns, it's about 66% of holding that the A shareholder has given us a firm letter of support supporting this transaction. So we're quite confident this would happen, and we believe should consummate in early January. I guess thereafter, if successful, Ascension would be delisted as a fund of the JSE and then be absorbed into Rebosis, a 100% owned subsidiary of the fund. I think from my side, if that's successful, it's been a great journey. I've really enjoyed working with the team at Ascension and driving good results for the shareholder. I think the set of results that I've just shared with you is testament to the performance that the fund has in terms of its strong underlying portfolio, as well as a good management team that's running it.